Good morning. I'm Gianni the Greek coming to you live straight from Las Vegas. It's Saturday, June 29th, and we have a lot to get to. Busy day for sure. Major League Baseball. I got WNBA to share. I got some soccer to share, I believe. I've got boxing to share, and of course, UFC 303. And I'm unloading a 5% play. I've already given out 4% plays. I really love this card. We're either going to do a ton of damage or we're going to be on an island with a lot of these. Interesting time yesterday at the expo. Got a lot of fans' opinions. Met a lot of people. It was a really good time. Want to thank anyone that did come out. And like I said, it's bright and early Saturday morning. Excuse the appearance. I'm just been betting all morning. Like I said, this is the trading room floor. We are live, and you're here to do it with me. So welcome to Bet with Ace for Saturday. We're coming off kind of a break-even day. I know we lost. We had to have lost. All the results aren't in on Wager Talk site. And like I said, I swear to you, I don't watch the games. I don't check the individual wins and losses. I've done this just way too long to do, especially with baseball. There's just so many games, such a big sample size. We do the same thing every single year, more or less. But I could tell just from the accounts, like the one we lost a lot yesterday, but then we won in another one. But it had to be a losing day overall, regardless. I'm always transparent with you, win or lose. I tell you when I win, I tell you when I lose. All I know is over the last 7 days, short term, I'm number one. Won over 65 units, won over 25% ROI, which is great. We're up over the last 7 days. That means we're going into a big Saturday like today with a little extra ammunition in the pockets. That's always good. Now let's look at the last 365 because that's what matters. My goal is to partner with people for a year and show them that they can beat the sports betting market, but they're going to have to follow some very strict rules because it isn't an easy thing to do. But once you are able to do it and figure it out, then you just print money year in, year out. You just rinse and repeat. It's just your personal market where you find your spots and just make your money. It's a beautiful thing. All right. It's always the same when I look at the last 365, up around 150 units, over a 1.5 ROI, over 3,300 bets. So it takes a while for that big sample size to change. That's the beauty of being a long-term winner. You have such a big sample size of profit, even during little bad runs, it doesn't even affect the big picture, which is when in doubt, you zoom out. The big picture does not lie. Numbers do not lie. It was a long night yesterday, long day. We went out last night, had dinner, drinks. I usually don't hang out late, but me and the lady got home late last night. So I'm dragging a little bit, getting the coffee in me early and trying to just get it going. I'm so excited for today. Actually, not going to UFC 303, but we want to go to 303 viewing party. I wasn't sure that I would get approved if I put in, because, when you work with the UFC, you could put in for tickets for any event and you either get approved or they say, no, we don't have any extra. You know what I mean? I've never been turned down, fortunately. But this one with the Connor, I was like, I'm not going to ask for tickets, man. I'm not that high up the food chain and shit. Like, they're very generous. But I'm not even going to do that, put that pressure on some of the guys that are really good to me. Because I know just so many people are going to ask for tickets for that event. And then I went to look to buy them and it was just ridiculous. They got cheaper just last night when we were out to dinner. I just got excited to go because I was probably going to have like 8-10 bets at least on this card. So I got excited to go. And I told my girl, you really want to go? And I looked for tickets and I found 2 tickets that were 4th row. And the cheapest I found were 4th row tickets that were like $2,500 each. So for like 5 dimes, we could have went in 4th row, which is good. I mean, it's a little expensive, to be honest with you, but at least the seats were really good. But she was like, no. She's like, are you crazy? No, let's not spend that money. Forget it. That's crazy. That's too much money. Not for this card. So I think that was a good idea. It's probably better to save that money and save it for another card. So anyway, I got a lot to get to. So I say we dive right in just because I got a lot of questions and comments to get to today. I'm going to share with you the WNBA stuff. Like I said, I share with other traders that move money for other betting syndicates in multiple markets. One of them is a WNBA group. And today they bet 613 Las Vegas minus 13.5, 613 over 174 Las Vegas, Washington, and 615 over 166 Dallas, Seattle, and over 84 Dallas, Seattle first half. So they bet Vegas minus 13.5 and over 174 in the Vegas game. And then over first half 84 and over full game 166 Dallas and Seattle. I'm still going to break them down and see if I, agree with any to possibly release a premium play. But I just got those. So let's move on to some Major League Baseball action for you today. We haven't bet too much yet. I think we have 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 bets in baseball. A little surprising with such a big board. And even I actually did handicap the board because I do my thing, like I've explained so many times, with Pythagorean wins and losses and just some of the trends and handicapping style that I've used for years. And I didn't find any of my own leans either, like really strong leans to see if they come in on. So we may just have a slow day in Major League Baseball. But let me see what I can share real quickly. Let's do it this way. Let's go. I'll give you the Cubs, Milwaukee under. Cubs, Milwaukee under. We went under 8.5 there because I think if there's 8s out there, again, you can take that, especially if you get a better VIG, of course, only because worst case scenario, if the betting syndicate I moved the under 8.5 for wins, the worst you could do is push. It's got to land on 8 or lower. So in that case, I always used to know as a mover and a runner, I could take that number for myself, not for them. They just want the number they want, and that's it. So we'll go with under Chicago, Milwaukee, and we'll also go with San Francisco. Let's go with a big money line dog. Let's take San Francisco as a home dog over the Dodgers again at plus about 180, 85. You're good. And plus 1.5, as long as you're getting at even plus 101 or better, just better than a coin flip. It is a coin flip, so at plus 101 or better. I think I got plus 110 or 105. For them, I got 110. For us, I got 105 on the plus 1.5. So again, slow day, and also steam on the under in the Giants Dodgers 7.5. So taking the 1.5 kind of seems like a decent bet, especially at plus money. So we'll go with those. And like I said, if you're not a subscriber because your bankroll doesn't support it, which I don't want you ever to be a subscriber if you're underfunded, because I don't want you to bet from a position of weakness and actually lose your money. I want you, if you're ready to take it on as a business venture, to partner up with me and actually do it, give your chance the opportunity to do it the right way. If you're not in that position, these plays that I'm releasing here every single day are off my premium card. So these are plus EV plays that I'm betting $3,000 to $4,000 on for myself, because there's 3%, 4% plays, and I bet 1,000 to 5,000. I don't bet more. I don't bet crazy amounts of money, but that's what I've gotten to, and that's what I'm comfortable with, what I sleep easily with. So again, that's decent money. 3 dimes on a baseball total, 3 dimes on San Francisco plus 190, 3 dimes San Francisco plus 1.5. That's decent money. So the reason I say that is so you understand these aren't free picks. These are premium picks, premium bets that I placed and my subscribers bet. So you do that over a big enough sample size, this time next year, you'll be out money. That's just the math. So, let me give you some other bonus here. Let me give you some bonus plays. Here we go. You ready? And make sure Greek_gambler on Twitter, but more importantly on Instagram. You want to go to Instagram. I'm doing some exclusive Instagram content and picks. I actually gave out UFC premiums on that yesterday. Gave them out early. So make sure you go over there and follow at Greek_gambler. I told you my girl cover does all of that. She runs the entire Instagram, handles all of the uploading, everything like that. So like yesterday we were out at lunch and she's like, do a pick video for 303. All people are, because she looks at the comments and shit. And she's like, everyone's asking, where's your 303? Where's your 303? I said, all right, fuck it. I don't have my notes with me, but let's just freestyle it. So I did something real quickly at lunch. That was only up at Instagram. So make sure you guys head on over. Give me a little bit of support. These are my people are here on the YouTube. I know these are my guys. This is my fan. that we're going to go through this shit day in, day out. Everyone's journey is different, but we're all in the same, we're trying to reach the same destination. B plus EV, so that we're able to profit off the sports betting market. Okay, so let me give you those bonus plays real fast so I could get to the comments and questions. Please hit that like button, man. Give that support so we can continue to grow the show and motivate me to keep doing damage with you guys, because that's when it's fun. That's when it's funnest. All right. I'm going to give you a boxing bet that came through the bot. I was unable to give it to subscribers because it's just not as readily available. But if you could find it, it's chalky. It's chalky. But these are the kind of bets that we've destroyed. We've destroyed. Like, I'd be confident making this a 4% play, even though it's minus 300. That's how good they've done when they find bets like this. And it's Arturo Popoca, Popoca, Arturo, Arturo, Popoca, Popoca, and he's fighting Danny Barrios, Barrios, Flores, Danny Barrios Flores, Flores. So we're going for Arturo Popoca, minus 285, minus 300 over Danny Barrios Flores. And then let me give you two UEFA Euro winners, or hopefully winners. One I gave as a premium. The other couldn't get the number. The one I couldn't get the number was Peru +1 at minus 115 or better. Peru +1. And the premium I did release, 3% play, Denmark plus the 1. I laid minus 120. You're good to 125. Denmark plus the 1. Now, let's go with a little MMA action. Let me go real quickly, boys. First, I'll give you a sharp side from one of the guys that I move for, who's an originator, whose stuff actually moves the lines. He's on Michelle Waterson Gomez. Now, she's 1-6 over her last 7. She's lost a handful of bets in a row. But when you look at strength of schedule and paths to victory, if she could keep this standing, she's going to light Robertson up. It's just, can Robertson get this to the ground and get the submission? Waterson's got great takedown defense, 70+%, faced over 30+ takedown attempts. So it's not like she hasn't fought girls that want to wrestle her. As long as she could keep this standing, she's live at plus 150 or better. We got down at 160. That's what that originator wanted it at. That's what I got him down. So again, whether you follow, fade, or ignore, I'm just sharing that with you guys. And where else can I take you? Let me see. Wow. Okay. Let's do it. Let's go. Ian Machado, Gary over MVP. I said it. Dude, are we forgetting this kid 7-0 in the UFC? 7-0. Undefeated as a pro. And just because he's coming off a unanimous decision against Magny, a split decision against Neal, all of a sudden the shine is off. And what about MVP? He's a stud. What an amazing striker. Bellator level competition, though. It's not UFC level. We all know that. And how many fights has he had in the UFC? I'll wait for it. 1. What do we never do? We never draw conclusions off one event, one outcome. Why? Because there's so much randomness involved. They could have had that fight 3 hours later. A much different result. The next day, much different result. So you can't put too much stock in it. But he looked great. That's good for us because we want to bet. We want to take advantage of biases that forced lines to be inefficient. Well, what's going to bias a line? An athlete or a team looking spectacular in their last outing, while their opponent looked kind of bland, let's say. Not a lot of flavor, not a lot of good taste in your mouth. He got the win, but nothing to get excited about. That's what we want. We want to buy low and sell high. We don't want to buy high. Where's there to go? There's a ceiling. Now's when you're getting that great company discounted. That's what Ian Gary's offering us. His average closing line's minus 425. And now we're getting him in under 150 favorite, right around that 150 range. Are you kidding me? I gave him out at minus 140 to subscribers. Yeah. Let's go, Gary. Let's go, Gary. Let's go, Gary. And another fight. I'm not a big X's and O's guy, but it's just so obvious when you look at the data and the analytics, at least the predictive ones. It tells me one thing. Let's talk Macy Chiasson, Mayra Buena Silva. Chiasson's going to be winning on points. She's definitely going to be ahead on the judges' scorecards. The question is, will Buena Silva have the big moments? Will she sink in a submission? Can Chiasson avoid the submission? You know, she's been prone. That's the danger. That's the danger. If she is, she wins this decision easily. Chiasson gets the decision. But it's that fear that Buena Silva, again, she could win the big moments while Chiasson wins the minutes. I'm on Chiasson, just letting you know now. I bet Macy Chiasson. I was going to make it a 3% play since she was a dog earlier, and we actually laid minus 110. But no. The more I dug, I saw that the opening line was just one book that went to market that brought her out as the underdog. And even if I bet it then, I would have got down $250. So that's not going to keep me off it. So yeah, let's go there. And finally, let's go main event, because I'm going to have a handful of bets for premium subscribers. I still have I know 3 or 4 that I haven't even sent out yet. But this one I did, and it's main event. Let's talk main event real quickly. And I'm on the dog. Usually I wouldn't be on this side. Here's why. The winner of the first success usually wins the second in rematches, at least in the UFC, over 6 out of 10 times. Since 2010, it's over 7 out of 10 times. When they're favored like he is now, it's even higher. So there's a strong trend in rematches like the beheader side. And then we know the champ who walks in with the title, they successfully defend close to 65% of the time. It's hard to take the strap from the champ. It's very hard to do it. But 7 out of 10 times when the challenger does it, they do it inside the distance. They don't do it by decision. See, it's very hard to take the strap via decision. The judges are prone to side with the champ. You know, the old cliche, you got to beat the champ. Like, it can't be like a tie, a draw. It can't be close. Like, to take the title, you got to handily beat him. It's not true, but we think it that way. Anyway, so it's usually hard to fade those trends. But Pat now 37 years old. He's coming off the biggest wins of his life. He's as hot of not a prospect, as hot as now at 37. You're not a prospect anymore. He was thrown right into the deep end. He's become a superstar quicker than anyone I can remember. 2-time champ. He's only had 6-7 fights, only 1 loss. He's become such a freaking superstar overnight almost. God bless him. God bless him. Well deserved. He put in so many years kickboxing and stuff. And now to finally get paid, God bless him. But I just can't overlook Yuri Prochazka in this fight. I think he's being disrespected. In that first fight, regardless of the outcome, we say we don't put too much stock in the outcome. But let's not forget the opening line. The opening line had Yuri as about a minus 150 favorite. It's the market that disagreed. We, the bettors, that moved it to the beheader side, closing is a slight favorite. Okay. So the odds makers originally thought Yuri should win that fight 6 out of 10 times. Well, Yuri wins round 1 in all 3 judges' scorecards, gets finished in the second round. I thought it was a early stoppage. You can't argue, you can't argue. It is what it is. He lost, bottom line. But I think the adjustment is just too significant. It's not warranted off that first fight. And I think it's more hype than anything else. And Yuri's just not getting the respect for his big win against Rakic. Rakic was a big win, and it's just being overlooked by everyone. I actually had Rakic in that fight. So yeah, Yuri plus 125. I gave that out as a 4% play. Another sharp play. I could tell you that their sharps are on. They're on Ortega. They're on Barrial. Adele over Pfeiffer, Don Barrio over Pfeiffer as well. That's sharp money. I haven't bet them or anything like that yet. Now let's get to some of these questions and comments, and please smash that like button. Give some support. Let's grow this so we could have some fun during the football season, man. I love doing this. I love hanging out with you guys in the morning. It's just, it's time consuming. It's very time, like we're 20 minutes in. We're going to end up 30 plus minutes for me to get ready to put the games together, what I'm going to give. You understand. You understand. All right. Smashing and sharing daily. I know that's my man, Neil Siri. 803. I'll remember the 803 part, but that's Neil Siri. Anyone tapping out after watching you for the first 5 minutes just to get some gold plays are unfortunately probably financially doomed. The real gold you provide is the rest of your show with the education. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to get across. Like, if you just want the picks, I get, that's cool. That's cool too. That's cool. If you know what to do with them, that's cool. But if you haven't profited and you continue to see me telling you I've won year after year, and you're like, dude, I followed that dude, he didn't win for me, then you have to stop blaming me or anyone else and take a hard look in yourself and say, maybe the picks aren't as important on what I do with the picks, on how I manage the picks. So great stuff. He said, can you kindly revisit that correlated soccer parlay system you mentioned recently? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Okay. This is stealing. Okay. Books don't allow it no more. I'm going to give you guys some of these hacks in football. I know a lot of them in football, especially when it comes to teasers because of key numbers. Anyway, so there was a nice soccer hack where books allowed you credit shops. Most of the on-screen shops, you know, they're so protective. They don't allow most shit. But all my credit stores, all my credit ones, at one point, all allowed you to parlay soccer. You can parlay the three-way line with the total. So the three-way line where it's team A, team B, or tie with the over-under. You are allowed to make a two-team parlay in the same game. Okay. So we would look for expected low scoring games. So the total had to be 2 or lower, because there's 1.5s out there all the time. And sometimes if we were jonesing, we'd look at a 2.5. It depended if the juice was really heavy towards the under. We would try to keep it at 2, and then we would tie it in with a tie. We would add it to a parlay with a tie. So we're two-team parlay, the under with a tie in the same game. It ends 0-0, you win the parlay. It ends 1-1, you win the parlay. Anything else, you lose the parlay. But when you're only expected to score 2 goals or less, and you look at the three-way line, and the tie's probability is right up there with team A or team B, you have a great bet. So just like with the run line correlated parlays in baseball, we want to look at low totals. Same thing with soccer. It was correlated because if the game stays under 2, the chances of a push are extremely high. Also, if a game pushes, it's extremely high and stays under. It wasn't a score fest. You don't see too many 4-4 soccer games. So if that's one of those you can really make some money on, Neil, I'm sure. Listen, I come across books. Now it's rare. You know, I mean, probably if I had to think over the last 6 months in 2024, I may have found one out that gave that to me. And I think I may have put 3 parlays in through it. I don't think I've hit one yet, to be honest with you. And so I do like 1 a month, 2 a month. And I actually forgot about that account. And then just when we started doing these, remembered again. And I did like another one and it didn't hit. But the EV is just so high. It's just a matter, just placing them again, kind of like those teasers that I'm going to teach you guys about. And even with some parlays, when they pay wrong, it's just what happens is you're going to lose like 8 weeks in a row. And then that 9th week, you just hit everything. And it covers all the 8 weeks of losing plus profit. You just have to have patience for that game and be decently funded. All right. Sagan Copel 1341. Can you please do a recap of the gold at the send of the video or before you start the questions? You give out a lot of great advice, so it gets lost easily. Yeah, I understand. I'm sorry. It's just I just go through the picks like quickly once, so I get it. Sometimes you guys may have to go back and rewind and stuff. I'll try to remember that. But sometimes it's just so much stuff because like I'm giving you like even stuff from other traders that I'm not using his premium plays, but I'll try to at least remember the premium plays. And today I know I gave you under in the Cubs, Milwaukee. I also gave you San Francisco Giants, money line and run line. I gave you soccer +1, right? Who did I give you +1 in soccer? Denmark +1 in soccer. And then I gave you Ian Machado Gary, Macy Chiasson, and Yuri Prohashka in MMA. Yeah, I'll try to do that. All right. Powerful habits. They're the best ones. They're the best ones to have, my man. Do you think it would be possible to save it in a smoker or pellet grill and finish cooking it to tenderness? Huh? I'm not sure what that means. Okay. You're going to have to elaborate a little bit. Maybe you commented in the wrong video. I'm sorry. It sounds like you're watching maybe a cooking or a barbecue video and accidentally commented here. I'm not sure, my man. I'm not sure. Powerful habits, but hit me up again if I just misunderstood, or maybe it's something that these young kids are saying, some kind of slang. All right. How do you nap or sleep ever if you have place bets that come in? Yeah, that's my life. And the crazy part is, because East Coast is 3 hours ahead, I have to get up even earlier. When my girl lived in Oklahoma before she moved in with me, I used to love going to see her in Oklahoma. I loved going to Oklahoma to see her because they were 2 hours ahead. So I could get up at 6 a.m., which is sleeping in for me. And I'm like, oh my God, it's 4 a.m. in Vegas. Like I have 2 hours to get prepped. Like, it was the best feeling in the world. Not only could I sleep in, but I had time. And it's like that when I was we went to Florida for the Super Bowl. We went and watched the Super Bowl at the Hard Rock in Tampa. And it was the same thing. I love that. We stayed like 4 or 5 days, I think. And it was the best 4 or 5 days because I could sleep in, not feel irresponsible, and have more than enough time. The negative of being on, because again, I'm like, should I move to at least Central Time or East Coast to make my life so much easier? It would, as far as sleep stuff goes. The flip side of that is I would have to work longer. Like now I get up, I set my alarm. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't set it as early as I do during football season. Now during baseball, I do lag a little bit. I set my alarm for 5 o'clock every morning. The latest I'll do is 5:15. Maybe I hit snooze once at the most. Most times I jump out of bed. I'm good with that. And then I go until about 4 or 5 at night. Then we just shut it down. But after that, I still get plays that come in. And before my 5 a.m., I'll get plays while we're in bed. That's why I keep my phone on high, and they'll come in. And I roll over, I grab my phone, I place the bet real quickly. I send in a confirmation, and that's it. The same thing even when we're out. We were at Expo yesterday, and right before I was going to go on and do my show, and my girl's like, hey, a couple bets came in here because she was holding my phone. She's like, hey, you got 2 bets to place that came in. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And now luckily she's sharp. So I'm showing her how to place my bets for me. So now we're doing it that way too. So she's helping firing. So if I'll be like, hey, take Portland -7 for 1,500 and confirm it with Bob. You know what I mean? So now that she's getting involved, it is making it easier. But yeah, it is. Again, fortunately, I don't need a lot of sleep. I'm not a guy that sleeps heavily. So even if I could sleep 10 hours, I wouldn't be able to. Like 4 or 5 hours max for me. Even yesterday, like I said, we went out, we even drank, and I don't drink. And I had a, glass or 2 of wine, which for me is a lot. And got home around 1 o'clock in the morning. And I was like up by 5:30. And I was dragging a little bit, and I was like, damn, babe, and then my girl got up, and we're like, shit, we overslept and shit. We thought it was so late because my phone had even died. And I'm like, I missed all these bets. When I turned it on, there was like 2 that I had missed, but I was still able to get the number. I just had to eat a little bit of the vig. I don't know why I'm going long on this, Kyle Carlson. Forgive me, guys. See, I am a little bit tired and out there, but yeah, you can't. If you're a mover And that's why some guys that I started to work with, we've severed the relationship just because they weren't ready for it. No disrespect. Like I've had guys reach out to me with accounts, even through social media, and a few sounded legit. Some I've even met, and I partnered with them where I took an account or two, gave them a free roll, and said I'll bet. But I saw that they just weren't responsible. Like they're not settling the day every day the same week. They're not collecting the same day every week. They're not freaking waking up in time to put some early stuff in when I need them to move it through a different account, or they won't be even around. So I just severed the account. Like you're just not ready. You want me to just print you money? That's not going to happen. Like if you're just going to have me do all the work and you just get to sit back, that's not going to happen. So yeah, it does take work, and it's 24/7, more or less, in 365. That's the negative, that we don't get off. I mean, you could take off. I could take off any day I want. Fortunately, that's the good side of it. You're your own boss. The bad side of it is if you take off, you feel like you're missing out on an opportunity and you feel like a bum. So I work every single day. Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, it doesn't matter. I work. But the trade-off is I get to work from home. And as long as I have internet connection, I can work from anywhere. We're planning to go, to Greece to see my mother. I'm going to be able to work. I'll be able to work. We plan to go to the Bahamas for a week just to get away. Hopefully before, the season starts. Probably not going to be able to make it this year, but then if we don't, we're going to go after the Super Bowl. I could work from there. I work. I don't have to shut it all down. So that's the beauty of it. But you have to be a worker to do this job. You can't be, if you think you're going to be able to sleep in till 10 in the morning, get up, watch some Sports Center, have your coffee, look online, make a couple bets, watch the game, eat some food, get to bed, do it again, and you're going to just print money. Nah, just doesn't. I wish. It's just like any other job. You get out of it what you put into it. Luckily, I have OCD, so I'm compulsive. Anything I find interest in, I dive right in, and I can't help myself. And fortunately for me, I have such a love for markets and gambling and sports betting that I love this. I absolutely love this. Like you couldn't, I swear on my life right now, if someone offered me and said, dude, you can't do what you do ever again, but you got to go work as a cook or chef and we'll give you $1 million a year, I'd turn it down. I'd say, I can't. Nah, I'm good. I think even if they said like 2 million a year guaranteed, I don't think I would do it. I swear to you, I don't think I would do it. The trade-off wouldn't be worth it for monetary, just because your soul wouldn't be there. Like my soul feels this shit. When I woke up, sat this morning with 303, like UFC 303, excuse me, I feel like a kid on Christmas. And I've been doing this 30 plus years every single day. I've truly been doing this for 40 years, but every single day religiously, like a professional for 30, and I still got up today and I'm like, we're going to have the best freaking day, babe. This is going to be so awesome. We got UFC tonight. I'm like, let's get, because she bets now. She bets MMA. I'm like, get your shit together too, so we could hit the sports book. Like, I love this shit. I love it. So, yeah, I don't need sleep. Just give me action, baby. Give me action. Okay. Recreational player, 1119. So when you give a pick to subscribers, you type it in to email list. Great question. Wager Talk has this set up for me. I go into the back end. I type the team name, matchup pops up. They have, their odds screen and stuff like that. So the line has to be available and it's automated and shit. And I just click the side that I want. And like you guys have seen, because it's a scroll, I've made a mistake where I haven't scrolled. And then I just make sure I type out the play also. As you can see, sometimes I would cut and paste. So it would be the previous play. Again, not too tech savvy, but their system's amazing and it's quick. And they set me up to be able to send it really fast to guys because my shit's so time sensitive. So yeah, it's an email system. I like how their thing works, at least for me. Oh, hidden gem 9742. Greek, is Connor done fighting? Dude just parties and spends money. I'm going to tell you something. The fact that he still wants to fight shows you the dude he is. Like the deep down, he's still a street guy. Deep down, he's still who he was. But you evolve, man. You can't help but evolve as life changes so drastically. Bro, he didn't become a millionaire. He didn't go to 7 figures. He jumped from 6 figures to 9 figures. Okay. He's $100 million guy. He's not $1 million guy. He's not a $10 million guy. He's $100 million guy. That's generational wealth. That's not life-changing money. That's universe-changing money. Everything changes. Things open up to you that me and you could not even comprehend. The world just opens up to you. Doors are opened for you that we don't even know exist. And it's so hard to then go back and do something to get paid for it. Like, I got $100 million and I'm going to go train for 15 weeks, get hurt in training, be away from my family, kill myself, then go fight a guy in a cage who wants to freaking annihilate me and kill me and injure me, and do it for what? 5 million now? 10 million now? Is it going to be life-changing for me? That's the problem. And I think it was Evander Holyfield that said it best. It's hard to get up at 5 a.m. when you're wrapped in silk sheets and go jogging. It's easy to wake up when you're sleeping on the floor at 5 a.m. and go jogging. That's the difference. And it's anybody, man. Like, it doesn't make you a bad man. Now, what you do with it, of course, then that tells your character. I say that I've learned that in my life, and I've seen it with people actually in real time. Money doesn't change you. Money just enhances who you are. Like, if you're a scumbag when you're broke, you're just going to be a scumbag with money. You'll just be a rich scumbag. Like, if you're a decent person, broke or barely getting by, just surviving, you're going to be a decent person, just wealthy. Thank God for that. And that's why there are so many charities and good works. Actually, there are a lot of humanitarian things, because good people did become wealthy and they stay good people. That's the truth. But bad people also become wealthy, and believe me, they stay bad. It's like, if you're an asshole, you just become a bigger one. If you're a fucking generous person, you're just become more generous. That's all that money does. It just enhances, it just shows you off bigger. It just exposes you, if anything else. And with Connor exposed, I think that he's a partier. That deep down, he likes to have fun. That he was dedicated to his craft, and he is a mixed martial artist, but there's also a flip side to him. There's also that other side to him. Some guys are lifelong, Yuri, lifelong martial artist. That's a lifestyle for him. That's it. Rich, poor, it won't make a freaking difference to that dude. It's not going to make a difference. His clothing's probably not going to change. Maybe his address is going to change. His zip code may change, but like, his lifestyle is not going to change. It will not change. The only thing he's going to do is he's going to be wealthier and probably do cooler shit. But that's it. But there's other people, like we've seen, a Harvey Weinstein, who, what did money and power do? You don't think that kid was a scumbag as a teenager and in his 20s and 30s? He just didn't have the power to do that to women. Once he accumulated that power, he did what a scumbag does. So that's what I've learned in my old age, in my wisdom, that's all money does, is expose more of who you are. And it won't change you. It won't change you. But all the nonsense about how money don't make you happy, the fuck it don't. Forgive me for cursing. That's bullshit. I'm a lot more happier. I don't even have money. Like for me, I'm comfortable. But I'm a million times, a billion times, a trillion times happier now with bank accounts and investments than I was when I only had my whole roll in my front pocket. Let's be freaking honest. And it's not because it buys you happiness, but it buys you freedom. It buys you the ability not to be bullied. You can't be bullied. You can't be bullied by a boss. You can't be bullied by anybody. You got money. You have freedom to make your own choices. What I want to do, where I want to go, how I want to be. That's what it does. And it relieves stresses so you could focus on other things. If you don't have to focus and kill yourself on how I'm going to pay rent this month, how I'm going to make my car payment, my mortgage payment, my freaking health insurance, my kids' school, all that stuff, then you have all that free time to use that mental energy on more positive stuff. That's why money does matter. You know what I mean? It really does. The only people that say it doesn't make you happy are those that don't have it. That's seriously, that nobody that has it says it doesn't make you happy. The hell it don't. The hell it don't. It isn't what you need to achieve happiness, but it will make you happy. So yeah, I think that's all there is with the Connor, man. I think it's just a guy that got rich. That's it. All right. YouTubebberiz. YouTubeberries. I don't want to ruin it. So is crypto a crap deal, Gianni? CRYPTO. Is crypto, if you're asking me, is crypto a scam? Is crypto a scam? No. The idea isn't. No, it's actually an amazing technology, blockchain, and the idea of even Bitcoin and having money that's not controlled by a government, a nation, a central bank, that is capped. Like, those are great ideas in theory. In practice is where the problem comes in. Once you put things in practice, you involve people, and people have greed. People are bad. We're not all good intention. And when there's money making opportunities, the vultures are going to circle. And that's what happened to crypto. It became such a money making opportunity that such unsophisticated money entered the market space that the sophisticated money just found ways to eat it up, whether it's with bullshit NFTs or crypto that does nothing and hyping on memes and shit. That's business, man. That's business. It's on us. It's on us, the consumer, to sift through the bullshit, because there's some really solid projects out there. Look at Ethereum. Look at Solana. Even look at things like Chainlink. Look at things like Bitcoin. Those are excellent, awesome cryptos and technologies. Now, will the government squash them and make them not as valuable as they should be? I'm not sure. I don't know. But it's not a crap deal. With crypto, I think it's the future. I really do. I just think it's way down the line. I think a lot of the young people that are involved in crypto right now that think it's going to take over the world over the next 5 years are really mistaken, because the economy first has to reach like such a bad state to implement any type of significant change like that, where crypto actually steps up as monetary, as actually a unit of saving, something along those lines, where it's not just a perception of what it is, but it truly is. Kind of like what gold was when our dollar was backed by it. You know what I mean? It really meant something. So yeah, but again, like anything else, it's far and few in between. Like most projects are shit projects, and most are there to be money grabs and take advantage, like anything else. But no, there's good cryptos. The only thing I explain with young people is this: there's 2 ways you're going to make money off crypto. That's it. There's 1 of 2 ways. So stop trying to figure out different ways. As far as investments go, now, of course, you could do different ways in the industry to make money. I'm talking as far as an investor, 1 of 2 ways. You either need to trade it because of its volatility. It's the most volatile asset in the history of mankind. In the history of mankind, there's not been more volatile asset than crypto. So that volatility means you could make money. Allows us to make money by trading, or you have to be a long-term holder. And what does that mean? That means if you're in your 20s, you buy Bitcoin once a month, once a year, you put it in a cold storage wallet, and you promise yourself, I will not look at this until I'm 40 years old. It don't even exist. It doesn't even exist. I'm 25 now. In 15 years, I'm going to look. Crypto may be here and gone by then, but this is my long game. That's my long game. I'm playing the long game here. I'm putting $50 a month in, $600 a year, and I'm going to do that for 15 years. There's going to be $9,000 invested. Let's see where my money's at. That's awesome. That's taking the shot, but I would do it with Ethereum and Bitcoin, the tops. Those have the highest probability of surviving, outlasting 15 years. So I'd go 75% Bitcoin, 25% Ethereum, and just keep doing that. Now, 99 out of 100 young people aren't going to do that. That's why they won't be rewarded for it when they're 40. But there are 1, 2, 3, 4 people that are going to do it. And when they're 40, they're going to be like, God damn, that $9,000 is now 100 dimes. That $9,000 is now $500,000. That $9,000 is now $1 million. That could happen. It could happen. It happened to the people that bought it in 2008, 2010, right? Shit, I was buying it at 7,000, 8,000, and I made money. So yeah, not to keep going long. I love you guys. Great day, Saturday. Let's do some freaking damage. Smash that like button, give support, more importantly, comments. I want to see comments and questions for Sunday morning. We're going to have our nice Sunday coffee. I'll do it early. If there's enough views on this one, I will get it out before the first baseball games tomorrow. I will get up extra early. So I'm telling my girl now to check at midnight where we're at with views and comments and shares and all that nonsense. Because for the algorithm, not for me, bro. It's not for my ego, I promise you. And if it's satisfactory, I'll do it. I'll make sure to get it out for you to Sunday, last day of the week, before any baseball game even starts. Otherwise, I'm probably have to get it out with just a couple of the afternoon games left, because I'm going to have to take care of the subscribers. You know how it is if I sleep in a little bit. But I love you guys. Kick ass on UFC 303. I have a 5% bet coming. Remember, 1.25 a bankroll. That's it. Love you.